Big exciting news to start your New Year's Eve as the push to get the $2,000 stimulus check is heating up with a potential vote by no less than Sunday, if not Monday. But the path there is not getting easy. We have the ball about to drop for New Year's Eve behind me, the MitchBall, if you see. Chuck Schumer says Mitch keeps on dropping the ball. I'll be dropping Mitch tonight on New Year's Eve, live on this channel at 12 midnight, so please tune in for that special broadcast. Meantime, Americans have a $600 stimulus check in their account tonight, so they can ring in the new year with some hot air, which is all that we're getting from some congressional leaders. But Schumer's gained support from Hawley and Sanders, who are preparing to block anything for a defense bill and get your stimulus check by the weekend end. And the President of the United States says do it right now. Incredible great news. I'll have all the details for you breaking across the board in just the last few minutes. This is a major update on Afternoons at LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Afternoons at LA, and Happy New Year. I'm so glad you're here. The holiday is set to drop, and so is the Mitch Ball on New Year's Eve. Chuck Schumer says that Mitch is dropping the ball on your second stimulus, and guess what? Mitch is going to get dropped. Or where he's going to get dropped. Tune in at 12 midnight for the special broadcast of this channel's first year New Year's Eve special. It starts at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 11 o'clock on the East Coast. I will be live. But the best way to ensure you don't miss it is to subscribe to this channel. Go to the Fuzz channel, subscribe. What a run it has been. 8 months, 80 million viewers, and always keeping it lighthearted but informed. Also, like this video. In this video, I'm going to go over what happened on the Senate floor today, what's going to happen on the Senate floor Friday and Saturday, and what will happen next week. Meantime, I'll be covering your $600 stimulus check, which has been landing in people's bank accounts faster than Mitch can say lobster. And then I'll be cutting over to what's in the Cash Act and why the Cash Act is the only way to get the $2,000 stimulus check and why the arrival of the President of the United States back in D.C. may be the most important thing of the day for your $2,000 stimulus check. So much breaking developments, including the new opening of windows to apply for second stimulus items other than the stimulus check. I'll have those details as well. Boy. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that the $600 stimulus check is landing in people's bank accounts today electronically. It was sent out no less than 2 days ago. Some got it 2 days ago, some got it yesterday, some are seeing it today. If you don't see it today, tomorrow's a banking holiday. Then Saturday you could potentially see it, but likely not. But the next day you would see it electronically is on Monday. Paper checks are on their way as well. Those paper checks could be landing in your mailbox this weekend or early on Monday as well. Stimulus checks, electronic deliveries are being sent to people on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits who receive their monthly their monthly checks by electronic receipt and are not adult dependents. So you are the easiest people for the IRS to get the money to. The other people receiving electronically are people who pay their benefits, their annual taxes to IRS by electronic means. So that is the other group of people that are getting electronic checks. Everyone else is getting paper checks. Adult dependents do not get a check, but single individuals get $600, married couples, $1,200. Children getting $600 as well. All really good news. There's no way to update anything with IRS. So if you've changed a banking account, have new children, gave birth to baby Yoda, or you're on Real Housewives and have divorced your husband 3 times since last season and been remarried 3 more times with 5 more kids, they don't know that, IRS, and so they won't be paid accordingly. But the good news is you'll have a storyline next season. Now, let's cut back to Mitch and the Mitch Ball. Mitch continues to drop the ball, and I don't mean the Times Square ball. I mean the ball for your $2,000 stimulus check. The issue that Chuck Schumer made on the Senate floor minutes ago is that there's only one way to get a $2,000 stimulus check en route to millions of Americans, and it is the Cash Act. McConnell's efforts to start his own bill in the Senate is a duplicative effort that he started before. Mitch has written bills 5 times since his channel's been around, where he introduced them to the Senate, and they die in the Senate. They never go anywhere. Remember, for a bill to become a law, it has to pass the Senate and the House. Mitch's bill would never pass the House. Not because it's Mitch, but because the House is closed. The House of Representatives is out of session, is in closed session currently, and won't be back for a little while. And so the Cash Act is the only way to get this to a finish line. Ironically, the way to get the Cash Act to the finish line is very, very, very simple. There's certain language in the Cash Act that some Republicans don't like. Revise the language, we're done. It's as simple as that. Call it for a vote, revise the language, and get it done. Ironically, no one is really making clear that the language is what needs to be revised, but that's really the battleground. Susan Collins is sort of an example of the situation. She looks at the stimulus language of the Cash Act, which is to raise you to a $2,000 stimulus check, and says, you know what? The way I read it, a family of 4, you would get a stimulus check if the family, married couple with 2 kids, had a household income of $300,000. That's rich people. Why are they getting a stimulus check? And ironically, Susan Collins is not alone. A lot of Republicans see the language in the drafting of the words, which is a rough bill, as confusing and suggesting that rich people get a stimulus check. They rather keep it at $75,000 an individual, $1,500 a married couple, and stop there. But somehow along the way, the wording got misaligned. McConnell said that same thing on the Senate floor minutes ago. He called the Cash Act bill socialism for rich people because it proposes to give a stimulus check to big, rich households of 4 people that make over $250,000 a year. Not the intention of the drafters of the bill, but that's where we are. But a bill can be changed within just a few words and get it done. Ironically, that is not where we are right now yet. Chuck Schumer called upon McConnell and said, do the vote today, do it right away, and I'll let you do a vote on all your right-wing conspiracy theories. Chuck Schumer took a personal attack at Mitch McConnell's insertion of Section 230, which has nothing to do with your stimulus check, and investigation election fraud, which has nothing to do with your stimulus check, inserted into Mitch's stimulus check bill. But the real issue at hand, the reason why the Cash Act has not been passed, and that no one on the Senate floor is saying it, but I'm saying it to you, is the adult dependence issue. Adult dependents get a stimulus check in the Cash Act, and they were not paid under the second stimulus package on Sundays, I said. They were also not paid in the CARES Act, in first stimulus package as well. And the president has never made his message clear at all on adult dependence. In fact, he's not mentioned it. If the president even sent out a tweet saying, do a stimulus check for adult dependents, we might have a final vote on a Cash Act. And so why and when and where is this going to come to a vote? It's likely to come to a vote by Sunday, if not Monday, because of something else, the National Defense Act. The National Defense Act is something that has to be passed every year. It's been passed for 60 years. It has to be done right away. It passed the House, it passed the Senate, it landed on the president's table. He said, no, I don't like it. Veto. So now it's back in the Senate after the veto override was approved by the House, and the Senate is trying to do a veto override to make it law, that there's a blockade. The blockade are the people who want to try to get you the stimulus check. It's a new version of shutdown or stimulus check or shutdown. Hashtag stimulus check or shutdown. The concept is we're not going to allow you to defund the national defense policy of this country unless you pass our stimulus check bill first. And so how is this working? Bernie Sanders, independent out of Vermont, Josh Hawley, Republican out of Missouri, are blocking a vote on the defense bill until the stimulus check bill is called for an up and down vote. An up and down vote does not need a certain number of people in the Senate present. It just needs an up or down. And they're trying to do it without Mitch objecting to it and getting it done. It's as simple as that. So is this going to work? A new report out of Politico says that it may actually work, but it's very, very confusing. Where are we at the moment? The veto override is still inching forward to the Senate, says Politico. Senators could easily vote 80-20 Wednesday evening. Senators easily voted 80-12 Wednesday evening to begin consideration of the measure. McConnell teed up the votes to veto override with a veto slipping into the new year and will likely come up hours before the new Congress is sworn in on Sunday. A number of special military pay and benefit measures would expire tonight if the bill is not on the books by then. It's not. Unless senators agree to hold the vote sooner, which they're not, a procedural vote requiring 60 votes will occur on Friday, tomorrow, followed by 30 hours of debate, pushing the final veto override into at least Saturday. Confusing, but the bottom line is they're trying to get the stimulus of $2,000 out in the Cash Act by blocking the defense bill. This would be the remainder of the $2,000. So if you've already received the $600 or about to receive the $600, you would get an additional $1,400, unless you're an adult dependent who didn't get the first stimulus check, this stimulus check at all. Then you would get the full $2,000. It's very needed. It's very important. The other thing that is different in the Cash Act is to pay adult dependents who did not get a first stimulus check retroactively that first stimulus check. Now, as we come up with the 10-minute mark, what else is in the second stimulus package that you need to be ready to get right now? Because there's so many things happening in the next 24 hours or have happened just today. And I want you to be prepared to get this money before anyone else. The second stimulus package signed into law by the President of the United States last Sunday provided a lot of money for you that you need to be ready to get. It's not automatic. You need to apply for it. And I want you to know what it is starting right now. First, SNAP benefits are automatically increasing 15% tomorrow. But some viewers have reported already seeing that increase in the benefits today. Additionally, if you have a child that is normally in school but is staying home because the school is now on lockdown and you're on SNAP benefits, you need to tell SNAP that, and they will increase your benefits by $115 a month for that child. That's called pandemic EBT. That's something new as well. If you're not on SNAP, the government is encouraging you to apply for SNAP ASAP. This is free food for you. Upwards of as high as $1,400 for a family of four in Hawaii a month for free food. And it's done by debit card. You go to DOA, the Department of Agriculture's website, or in some jurisdictions call 211 to apply. Next, the next thing that's kicking in right away is farmers and ranchers stimulus. They're going to get another round of stimulus, presumably an agricultural EIDL grant, if not a stimulus check. They call it direct payments in the bill, but it's not sure how it's going to come, but you're going to have to apply for it, and it's likely to go live in the early part of next week. Then, EIDL grant for inner city businesses going live in just a few days. Get ready for that. Additionally, there's more. PUA, FPUC, and UI starts up right away, so it's not going to lapse. What's important to understand is that your UI, your PUA, and your FPUC will go from inactive to active if you're currently inactive. How, when, by what means, it depends on your state. But what I've been reporting is that every state may be delayed. So you may see your UI and your PUA week of this current week, the first week of January, and the second week of January not come on time, be delayed. And so I want you to be financially prepared for that first week of January by tuning into the video right after this, Purple, and getting free rent and free utilities on Purple. I'll explain to you in that video how to do it. FPUC, you don't have to do anything for. It goes on top of your PUA and UI starting now, going forward at $300 a week. You just need to ensure that you watch your state's unemployment website daily and certify for benefits as quickly as you can. The next thing you need to be teed up for is PPP. That's going live in the next few days, and you need to apply as quickly as you can. Remember, these things are diminishing funds. They don't have funds for everyone. So it's diminishing funds. First in, first out. As simple as that. Then, in the next few days after that, you're going to see the opening of applications for the things that are really quite exciting on the second stimulus package. There's often, some of them are for low-income families. What is low income? It's about $49,000 or less 2019 earnings. They are free rent, free utilities, free internet, and also childcare, free childcare. The way you get this, it all depends. In the case of childcare, it's going to likely come from a government agency. In the case of internet, they haven't told us. And the case of rent and utilities, it's going to be the way you did it with Purple. You're going to your cities and counties and states because they're sending them a whole new fund of money. So like in LA City, where there's no more rent, or state of California, there's no more rent from the government or the city, they'll have it again once again. Now, this is separate and apart from nonprofits like United Way, Salvation Army, Catholic Charities that does have money to pay you rent right now. And that's on Purple coming up after this video. So many details and really just exciting stuff. One of the viewers had a great question for me on Holidays LA. Said, if they pass this $2,000 stimulus package, however they pass it, how soon would we see the additional $1,400? As fast as you're seeing this current $600 stimulus. So if they pass it, let's say on Monday, you could see this as early as Wednesday. Imagine how helpful this is, especially if you're not getting that first week of UI or PUA in January. You're really going to need this additional sum of money right in the next 7 to 14 days. Coming up next on this channel is Pete Purple, in which I go over CARES Act 1 money, that state stimulus, rent stimulus, and food stimulus, and nonprofit stimulus. I want you to get it. I implored viewers emphatically on Holidays LA that the volunteers of the channel usually helped about 80 people per day and now are seeing no less than 12 per week. Because I'm concerned that some viewers have gotten this $600 stimulus check and sat back and said, I'm good. I want you to get more money. I want you to get this rent and utilities because that first week of January could be tight. Then I'm back live with Being a Mitch, and if there's time, I'll also deliver third stimulus check and third stimulus package. Meantime, join me for Evenings LALATE special broadcast at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for a 1-hour New Year's Eve celebration direct from Los Angeles. I got everything in place. The MitchBall, New Year's Eve. I'm here, you're here. And as always, go to the first channel, subscribe so you don't miss anything, and like this video. Join me next on Purple.